What's going on, fellas? You guys ready to do some treasure hunting out here with me today? I got something spicy out here. We brought out the Garrett Ace Apex today, man. I haven't brought this baby out in a long time. It's still got the original factory peel back screen on it, so we're gonna be giving this baby some love. I'm out here in a different field than I usually am. I've been out here like once or twice before, but I'm gonna try to find a ring out here today. I really want to make that my goal. I have not found a ring yet in this field, so let's try to find a ring today maybe, huh? Garrett Ace Apex. What do we have? I had like a... Here's something right here. Adjust our volume. Nope, volume's all the way up. I'm running multi-frequency right now. This Garrett Ace Apex actually is a multi-frequency machine, so let's start it off with a questionable one. 45 on the target ID. See what we've got. Hit it with the pinpoint. All right, should be like right in here. Let's pop a plug and then I'll bring up the chat too and say what's up to you guys. Happy Monday, everybody. I hope you guys are in good spirits. I hope you have at least decent weather where you are. Down here in the state of Florida, it's pretty nice today. It's warmer than it was yesterday. What's going on, Pat? What's up, Bob? He says, it's a gold Master 66. First signal with the Garrett Ace Apex out here. If this is a ring, we can go home. I don't think it's going to be a ring though. It's very much hard to tell with any machine. I think this one was kind of reading in the possible pull tab range with the Apex, but realistically I'm pretty unfamiliar with like the target IDs on this machine. I haven't really used it a lot. First signal today, unfortunately, it's a piece of shredded can. Yes, Bob, can slaw it is. Great guess, Bob. Fill them in and get on to the next one, hey? Like I mentioned, I really want to find a ring out here, but let's keep it realistic. If we can at least like recover some signals with this machine, possibly some coins, I'd say, you know, we're in good hands. I actually also, I don't think it would be a good idea for this field, but I have a smaller coil with me too. I have a 6-inch sniper coil for this Garrett Ace Apex. I bought it a long time ago, and I think I ever only used it like once or twice. So let's just kind of keep open-minded to a couple of these signals. If a lot of these bouncy ones in the 40s are can slaw, we might go for something different, but this one's a 59, 51. Has anyone out there ever used the Garrett Ace Apex? I think I might have saw Kenny in here earlier. Have you been enjoying your Apex, Kenny? I kind of want this video to be possibly a, I don't know, kind of like a all-around post for anyone possibly looking into one of these Garrett Ace Apexes. So if you guys have any experience with this machine, positive or negative, I would like to hear it. And I think maybe it could help someone else with the purchase, you know, further down the line. Because this Garrett Ace Apex, honestly, is kind of a slightly controversial metal detector, I think. But I've seen people out there finding really good stuff with it, so, you know, I think it's got potential. What do you have here? Something incredibly small on this one. Wow. That's it. All right, so the Garrett Ace Apex, it can hit on the small stuff, that's for sure. Bob says gold earring, more like a piece of assorted scrap. I don't know what. What's up, John? What's going on, Claude? Kenny says, yes, I have. You been enjoying your Apex, Kenny? Yeah, when I first got the machine, I was kind of like, I don't know, kind of on edge about it. There was a lot of testing going on, you know, comparing it to other metal detectors, and I don't know. But really, I think any metal detector is kind of about preference, you know. It's easy to watch two metal detectors going head to head on like a deep silver coin And if one metal detector like slams on it better than the other one, then it's easy to call one of those metal detectors better than the other. But I think metal detecting, it's more than that, you know? It's not always about how deep a machine can go. How's your overall experience with the machine, you know? How does it sound when you swing it over the ground? I'm running 2 bars down from the top sensitivity wise. I have just the stock coil on it right now. I think they call it the Viper coil. But we're gonna try to slam out something out here, hopefully. This field is a little bit slower than the usual field I've been hunting, but I found some like coins and stuff out here. I think I found 1 or 2 little pieces of jewelry in this field, but I'm still searching for the ring. Seemingly relatively clean. Zero mode is all metal. I think I'm running zero mode right now. Yep, we got coins, US coins, jewelry, relics, and custom program. And then for the frequencies, we have multi-frequency. MS is multi-salt, which is designed, I think, for the salt water at the beach. We've got 5 kilohertz, 10 kilohertz, 15 kilohertz, and 20. And then it reverts back to multi-frequency. So you have a couple different single frequency selections, and then you also have the multi option. What's up, Miami? That one sounds a little bit better than Little Tiny Scrap. Does it? I gotta get used to this apex. 65, 62. I kind of have to get used to like the sound of the size of the item. I can't really tell if this is a coin sized item or if it's something smaller. I'm coming into this hunt with an open mind. I've had my apex for a long time. I just haven't really used it that much. So I'm trying to get some use out of it before I put this baby up for sale. As much as I think it's still a capable machine, I think metal detectors come down a lot of the time to preference. I don't know if you guys have heard me say that before. What do I have here? I don't know. The Apex, I think, is like a good machine, and you can find good stuff with it, but it just comes down to, do you like it? Do you like the way that it beeps? Do you like the way that it sounds? Do you like the way that it, you know, handles iron? It's really about preference. If I find a gold ring out in this field today with the Apex, I'm gonna keep it. I mean, not because the Apex is the one that did it, but there's something telling me that if I find a gold ring with the Apex today, I don't think I'm gonna sell it. But I don't know if you guys have seen that post that I posted recently where I'm asking what affordable metal detector should I get next. I'm gonna need some money to fund that one, so I'm gonna get rid of the Apex just because it hasn't been getting as much use, you know, as some of the other machines. I'm not the one to say that any machine is bad, because, you know, that's just not true. The Apex is not a bad machine by any means. It's just different, you know? It's just different. I kind of wish Garrett would release another metal detector that was just a little bit more competitive. I mean, especially now with that the Xterra Pro out now, you know. It's not a multi-frequency machine, but it is a waterproof machine, and it's got, you know, the single selectable frequencies. Good guess on the pull tab, Bob. This one might just be deeper. For some reason, when I first got this machine, I was having a little bit of trouble pinpointing with the coil, because it's kind of a weird sized coil. Just a little bit deeper on this one though. But you got to get used to everything, you know? You can't just use one machine and expect it to work exactly like your other machines. I think you got to put in the time on a machine before you can really make judgment on it, you know? That's a ring pull. Oh, Garrett, Kenny says Garrett is supposed to be coming out with a new machine. That'll be interesting. You know, Garrett was basically like top of the pack there for a while with the, you know, AT series. Or the like AT Pro, AT Max. And even with their budget metal detectors, the Ace series, you know, the budget-friendly Ace series, Ace 200, Ace 300. Those things were like top of the market for a while. And then I think the Vanquish came out with their series, like the Vanquish 340, 440, 540. That kind of hit the Garrett Ace series sales. Because I mean, you could get a multi-frequency machine for the same price as those single frequency machines, you know? There is some icons here on the top. There's a little ring right here. There's a coin, some beaver tails, another ring over here. So it's basically saying rings can range from like 40s all the way up to 70s. But we know that's higher. A ring could pretty much fill up this entire scale, I think. What's up, Warrior? Where'd that signal go? Do I dig it? Dig it all for now. This one sounds particularly questionable. I actually meant to bring a gold ring out here with me today to test, but I forgot. So I don't even really have an idea of what a gold ring would sound like on this detector. Probably could come in various shapes and sizes. I have found a bolt. Perfect. Gopher says, I just looked at the price of an Apex. I'd rather a Legend for $100 more. I think if you guys are considering an Apex, I would highly consider looking at one open box, possibly. Because I saw some of them online. I bought mine new and it was like $400 and something. But you can get them used in really good condition for around $300 or even less. So I think $300 is like a better price for this machine, honestly. Garrett, I think, should drop the price on this machine, in my opinion. This one sounds really good. Maybe a coin. First really promising one. 7780. Hit it with the pinpoint. I'm running multi-frequency right now, if I didn't say that earlier. I think though, I don't think the Apex actually has recovery speed. Am I wrong? Maybe the different modes kind of affect recovery speed slightly. I don't think that it actually has a recovery speed option. Ooh, frost quakes last night. Bob says, I think I should upgrade to the Invenio Pro. What's going on, Brenda? She says gold rings are 45 to 51 on my Apex. We'll have to keep an open mind to those lower signals for sure. Like for a real world test though, if this is a coin, it's at least 6 inches down there. It was slamming on it. Hopefully it's not a can. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Feel something in there. Kind of sounded like a coin to me. I gotta get used to it. I gotta get used to it. Something down in there. I think I need gloves for this one. Oh no. All right. Dang it. I don't know if you guys were with me yesterday, but at least this one wasn't as much of a struggle as that 3-foot can we dug out yesterday. We were struggling probably 10 minutes on a can deep. That's a Budweiser. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like a penny too, maybe a dime. I'm gonna have to learn to identify the size better, because to me that kind of sounded short and sweet, you know? Almost sounded like a coin. But you gotta get familiar with your machine. Let's find a coin. I don't think we've gotten a coin yet. This field is really nice to dig though. I like this ground cover. It's got like clover or something, I think. Really soft. Chris says deep can. Good guess on that one, Chris. The wall hanger. Chris. I will say though, the Apex feels really nice to swing. It's one of those machines that's balanced really well. Feels very lightweight, you know? There's the gold ring on a 45. Come on. Sounds kind of solid. You know, I wish too that the Garrett just had the ability to change the tones a little bit. I feel like that could make it a very much more appealable machine. Just give people the option to change the tone set, you know? Tones aren't too bad on it, but just like with the Noctis Simplex, some people refuse to even consider the Simplex because of the way it sounds. It doesn't matter how well it performs. If, you know, it's not a comfortable experience to swing, then you're not going to gravitate that much towards it. ACB says record deck. He says, I want to peel the screen cover off so bad. That's for the new owner to do when he eventually gets it. 55, 65, bouncy. I think I kind of remember maybe that is target ID a little bit jumpy on this machine. Has anybody else had that experience? I guess considering it's kind of a high scale, you know, usually the higher the scale, the jumpier something will be. That's a little piece of stainless steel, I think. A little button or something, snap. Keep going. George says their employees get paid more per hour than other manufacturers. Is the Apex still made in the USA too? I know that was kind of one strong point about Garrett machines, is I think they're a United States company. I'm pretty sure most of the other manufacturers out there are kind of overseas. So I guess, you know, one benefit of buying an Apex, if you want to support American made. But is the Apex really made in America? Is it assembled in America? I don't know. Alex says agreed. I cannot stand the Noctis tones. Minelab is where it's at. Here's something sweet. It's telling me it's gonna be silver on the screen. It's in that silver range. I'm not that naive. Maybe a coin though. See if we can lift up the coil, see if it still beeps. That's sometimes a good way to tell if it's a big item. I think that's probably a coin. It sounds good. Hopefully a silver ring. Let's just meet our ring goal. That would be great. I do like this dirt a lot though to dig in. These plugs come out sweet. That's half the fun for me, metal detecting. Do the holes come out nice? Come on, Apex. Oh yeah. First coin, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Bob's quarter. Yo! Apex is made in Texas, Google said. Texas made. Right there next to Elon, huh? The Gigafactory. That's a Maryland quarter. State quarter. Woo! I'm not sure if I already have one of those for our state quarter book, but if not, we'll add him to the state quarter book. What's up, Mark? What's going on, Al? I think that's Al. This is all metal detecting. Hello, Austin. Al Fu here from South Carolina. Been watching you for a while now. Great style you have. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for the kind words. I just need to get on some better locations now. Like, I feel like that's why my videos can be boring at times, because I just don't really get on the best locations. Put me on a good location. We're gonna have some fun. I'll eventually get there. I was trying to expand a little bit late last year. I made it to like that wood section, checking out some historic aerials, you know, trying to get on the old home site. This one sounds kind of short and sweet, in the 70s. See what we got. Honestly, Apex kind of feels nice right now. Apex is feeling kind of decent. She's quiet, you know, only beeping when there's something there. Smooth. And like, come on, decent depth for the little elliptical coil, you know. It's probably 7 or 8 inches down there. I think this pinpointer is 10 inches long, so kind of use the pinpointer as a judge of depth. It's out. Okay. We got something. It's a bullet. Bob says the chat is really live synced today. That's what I like to see. Good guess, you guys, but it looks like it's a copper jacketed bullet. I found some shotgun head stamps out here in this field too. So, could this be old hunting ground or something? I think that's newer because it's copper jacketed, but it's a bullet. I thought it was probably going to be a coin too. Kind of sounded like a coin. A little bullet, pretty deep though. Come on, Apex. Multi-frequency. What's up, Blaine? New detector on the field, he says. I haven't brought out the Apex. It's been sitting in the closet for a while. I actually posted it for sale a while ago, but I didn't really get any hits on it, so I never sold it. It's kind of like, one problem with the Apex is it's not a very popular machine, so, you know, the resale market isn't great for it. It's kind of hard to sell if you want to sell it. But that's good for buyers. You can get a decently priced secondhand Apex that probably hasn't had a lot of hours on it, you know? So keep your eyes out if you're looking for one. The used market. I got my Vanquish 440 used for like, I think 189 bucks years ago, and it's still chugging strong. Kenny says I found my 1857 Flying Eagle with my Apex. Copyright stricken. That's freedom in here in America. Riding your Harley down the road, blasting that radio. Freedom! Wind blowing through the couple hairs you have left on the top of your head. I still hear it. All right, this one I think was in the 40s. It's in this clump. Please give us something better than a beaver tail. That one's a beaver tail. Some junk. Jeff says, love my Apex. See, I like hearing other people's opinions about it, you know? I don't think it's fair that, like, some YouTubers can make a test between two machines and their opinion kind of determines how that metal detector is viewed. Depending on the popularity of the test or the channel, you know? People use tests like that to kind of determine the fate of a metal detector. They can bury a metal detector before it even has a chance to shine with little tests like that, you know? This one kind of sounds similar to the that bullet I had. It's like 71, 75. And yep, Kenny says yes, it is rechargeable. Definitely a benefit compared to those old Ace detectors. I think they were chugging on AA batteries. I still have my Garrett Ace 200 as well. Come on with the little stainless steel pieces. Oh, I did look up though. I looked up on historic aerials information about this field, and I noticed that this field has been used as a sports field for at least 20 years. So it hasn't been used as a sports field since like the 60s, but this park has been here for a decent amount of years, and so has this field. So I figure in 20 years somebody had to drop a ring out here, right? I mean, somebody could have metal detected and cleaned it up already, but come on, you had 20 years to drop a ring out here. What do you got for us? Jumpy silver ring, says Bob. Good guess. Brenda says it's a good machine for competition silver hunts with that small coil. Mad Clatter's getting ready to hit up the tot lots. Yeah, the playgrounds, I've noticed even in Florida, when it gets a little bit chillier, it seems like the playgrounds get more active. I've been trying to make my way into a couple of them, but every time I get to a park, they're filled up. Low and slow with the apex today. Not too much trash in this field, at least. Put that coil to the soil. Come on. Give me a ring. I think that's the iron grunt. Oh. Oh. There's something. I was gonna say I thought I had a false there, but pretty solid on that one. 82. Yeah, I want to leave this metal detector up. Like, I feel like there's not a lot of information even about the Ace Apex. There's not a whole lot of videos on it, you know? So the few videos, people kind of bash it, and oh, there's a mole cricket, I think. See that guy? Kind of gnarly. But a live video like this can maybe give someone considering the Apex a little bit more information about it, you know? Instead of just doing a nail test. Is this a coin? We have found a coin. Another decent coin. What's up, Woody? People always ask me, what's the best metal detector? My answer is the one in your hands. Yep. I like the way you think, Woody. That one was a Roosevelt dime. I feel like metal detector is the best metal detector is based on preference, in my opinion, you know? Penny or a dime, Kenny guessed. Good guess, Kenny. Yeah, John says, I like machines that have built-in batteries that are rechargeable. True, you know? Those machines that take batteries can get pretty expensive pretty quick. Couple coins scattered throughout this field. They don't seem to be as dense in that other sports field I've been hunting. It's like a soccer field. But wait, there's more. That one again sounds short and sweet. 83. $83, what could it be? Please give me a silver ring. Something down in there. I think it's out. It's out of the hole. Somewhere. There it is, another coin. Back to back. Back-to-back dimes, that's what I'm talking about. Yep, Roger and Bob both guessed right. Another dime just in time. That's what I'm talking about. We got coins. The potential for a ring has got to be out here. It's got to be. Please give me a honker today. Please. I'm looking for a honker. Like the last couple rings I found a gold ring not that long ago, but it was small. Yeah, gold feels nice, but where's my honker at? I've been looking for a honker. Little iron grunt. Where's that honking gold? The gold class ring. The gold doubloon in one of those necklace bezel holders. That's in my dreams. 45 solid. Possibly a pull tab. Can slaw. Gotta dig these if you're going for the golden ring, I guess. Pretty accurate on our pinpoint ability today though. Maybe not on this one. Slightly off. Come on. Screamer. Slightly off on this one. Why? Why must you forsake me? Roger says gold earring I just passed. Oh, that little iron signal? You might be right. Maybe I should go back to that. Probably a little paper clip or something, but possibly ring, Kenny says. Can slaw is challenging on all machines though. It doesn't matter what machine you got. I feel like even like the Deus too. Can slaw, you know, it can sound like a gold pendant. These expensive machines aren't really that magical. Blaine says people are always upgrading, so a used higher end detector you may find what a new cheap one costs. Yep, you're true. Yep, because every time a metal detector company comes out with a new detector, everyone basically gets really hyped up, you know, and forgets about what they were using before. Maybe not everybody, but that's becoming a common occurrence, you know. I think I might have two signals here. 50s on this one. Going for a ring of any variety. Doesn't have to be gold. Silver's okay, but I'll take a Junka too. Feel like it's good to set yourself a goal sometimes, you know. Don't stress out to meet your goal, but at least if you have a goal, you have something to work towards. Skitty ma. I'm gonna have to strip out of this long sleeve. What's that? What is that? Oh. Oh? What is that? Is it just junk, really? Dang it! It's the closest I've come to something, but I don't really see anything on it. Is it a flattened coin or something? I don't know, just a little metal planchet. Thought it was gonna be a nice coin or a pendant, but never lucky. ACB says a charm. Maybe there was something on the front there at some point, but I don't know. It's a circular object. David's asking, how am I liking the Apex? Honestly, when I first got it, I wasn't really that impressed because I've had the Apex for like over 2 years now. It's kind of just been sitting. But today, really, I don't know. I feel like it's doing decent out here. It's doing pretty good. All right, let's dig up that one too. Similar signal. Investigate what's up with this little circular object. What are you? Where did you come from? Is there more to you down there? Is there a chain? Let's get back up on him real quick. Give it a swing. I think it's still in there, just deeper. Surprisingly going kind of deep too. I mean, not punching like astronomically deep, but it's another piece to something. Wait, what's that? Is that a clasp? Tell me, Sterling. That kind of looks like a clasp almost. No, I think if it was Sterling, it'd be reading higher probably. I don't know what that is. Little piece of metal again. Let's keep looking. Mark says restive bracelet, hopefully. Let's swing back over this again. I think there's one more. Huh. That one's at least interesting. A small silver of something, he said. One more? No. No. I don't know what that was. Nothing else there. All right. Let's keep on moving. Yak and Tackle says, yeah, that's it. What's up, Yak? That sounds pretty good. 78 solid. Come on, field. Work for it. Work for it. Okay. Oh. Down in there. Wait. Something shiny again. Please. What is this? No! It's a blob. What the heck is this? Finding some interesting things out here. It's like it's not all pull tabs, at least. That is a shiny blob of something. Shiny blob. I don't know. Not a ring, definitely. We're looking for a ring and that ain't it. So move on. Toasty. I guess it's just humid out here today. I'm kind of, I'm starting to sweat. Yesterday was much nicer of a day. I think we're actually getting maybe some thunderstorms today down here in Florida. 67. Got to get out here and do a little bit of metal detecting before the thunderstorms roll in. It's probably one of my favorite spots to dig though, just because how nice these plugs pop. These things are beautiful. More scoop on it maybe? Okay, might be slightly off. Let's see. I think it's in the plug. She's in the plug. Come on. Is that it? There it is. No. Another circular object. I don't know what it is. Unidentifiable, pretty much. Off of like some sports equipment, I think, or little button or something, snap button. I think a lot of these come off of maybe sports helmets or something. The little snaps, you know, off of shoulder pads or helmets or something. Al says, we used to call pull tab evil ones. Kind of like that. The evil ones. I Dig Daytona calls them the dream squasher. I used to call them the calorie burners. All right, this one might be kind of close to the edge of detection depth. Can I turn my sensitivity up a little bit? That one sounds good. I think 82, but a little bit bouncy. 83, 86. Let's see. I can hear my apex now though that I turned up the sensitivity one more notch. It's starting to run a little bit unstable now. She's kind of beeping off at me. Come on. Not sure about this one. Is it going to be deep or small? Give me something epically deep. Silver coin. Oh, it is kind of deep. Come on, little apex. No, she's still in there. It's out. Here it is. What do we have? John says, pull that quarter. Got a couple silver coin, dime, bent ring, penny. John's on it. He guessed a quarter. It's a 1970s quarter. Kind of deep for that quarter, man. Been hiding down there for a while, huh? Little eagle on the back. Nice. At least 50 cents up today. I think like 70 cents up. $1 to go towards the piggy bank. I appreciate that couple thumbs up in here too, you guys. Thanks for the support on the channel. Harold says another old Milwaukee 2 foot deep, please. Don't curse me. Please don't curse me with another old Milwaukee. All right, I like it stability wise, 2 bars down from the top. Runs the most stable for me. And I'm running multi-frequency too, so that could affect the stability a little bit. Gopher says later run it in a single frequency for a while, like 10 or 20 kilohertz. I can do that for you, Gopher. This one sounds kind of good. 52, 58. It's a little bit, you know, bouncy on the ID, but it's a repeatable signal. Feels good to be digging, I'll be honest with you. Feels nice. Just feels right. Little Apex didn't play around. Got some depth to him. Is that what I need? Is that what I want? That's what you guys need. There's another pull tab. All Metal Detecting says slap on a 9x12 coil on that Apex. What's the stock coil? It's like a, is it a 5x11 or something? Or what's the size of that Viper coil? The stock coil on the Apex is the Viper coil. I kind of want to bring it out to show you real quick. Let's keep swinging, but I want to show you. I have one more coil for the Apex that I'm not going to put on right now because in this environment it wouldn't work good. But I have it with me right now, actually. Something that sounds very deep there. Can you hear it? It's beeping, but it's not giving me an ID on it. Let me dig this one out real quick. Prepare to go deep. Let's dig kind of a wide plug. If you're gonna go deeper, it's a good idea to dig a wider plug, which I don't always do. Oh, there it is, I think. Wait, I wonder why it wasn't giving me a very good reading on it. It's a shotgun shell, but it sounded like it was extremely deep, and it didn't really seem to be that deep, so it's kind of an interesting one. Make sure there's nothing else in the hole. It's a shotgun shell. Yeah, that was probably it. Kind of strange why it wasn't giving me a very hot signal on it though. I would think a shotgun head stamp would be kind of a banger, but all right, that's the first questionable signal today. Bob says deep iron. What's up, Mark? Thanks for hitting that like button for me. Treasure Hunting Legend says not bad depth on that Apex. I agree. I'm actually like kind of surprised. Maybe I made assumptions too soon about the Apex, you know? I still see people out there finding some good stuff with it. This one sounds big though, right here. Big and kind of irony. Worth it just to see? It's pretty low. I don't know what to think of it. It's a big rusty nut. I have found a nut to add to the many of bolts that I have found in the past. A big rusty nut. These plugs, they just pop in so nice. They're satisfying to me. I get satisfaction from popping the plugs back in. I'm weird. Bob says maybe the plastic was shielding the brass. Kenny says 5x11 is the Viper. He runs the small Ripper on his Apex. I was gonna pick up that Ripper coil when I first got the Apex, but I ended up picking up, let me show you real quick. I said I was gonna show you guys. I ended up picking up a different coil, which Garrett doesn't sell, but it's made by another company. So let me just show it to you real quick. Like I mentioned, I'm not gonna put it on right now because it wouldn't be smart in this field, but we got the Nell Sharp, it's called. It's basically just a 6x6 inch or like a 6-inch hockey puck coil. It might even be like a 5-inch coil. It's pretty small. But this one's good for like really trashy locations, you know. You can really get in between some of the stuff with a small coil like that. The little hockey puck. What's up, Bab? What's up, Eagle Eye? He says, I like my Ace Apex. He also has the Whites GMT. I still haven't gotten myself a Whites machine, but I still may someday. I know Whites were kind of like the Mine Lab of today, you know, very popular company. Maybe even better than the Mine Lab of today. I've never heard anything bad about Whites metal detectors. David says, nice coil, heavy for size. Yeah, it's kind of thick. It's kind of dense. I've had that little hockey puck for a while. I think it was from like, maybe it was from like Ukraine or something a long time ago. It was before all the craziness started, but it's made by a company called Nell. It's a Nell coil. This one kind of sounded small. Let's take our time. Take our time. This one doesn't really sound that strong. Alright, this is going to be the first one I'm going to skip up on today. Let's listen for something a little bit better. Didn't immediately get a hit on it with our pinpointer, so let's save some time. I'm going to cut it diagonally across this field right here, I think. No rhyme or reason to it. Kind of took it to the fence in this line, and I'm going to maybe hit it diagonal. Mad Clatter says, found more with Waro not too long ago. Metal Detector from 1989. That thing, I mean, it hits on coins well. I think it's called the Tesoro Lobo. I'm pretty sure it was actually designed for like gold nugget shooting. But I like metal detectors, they're cool. Yeah, Fisher is also another brand that I want to try. I've heard pretty good things about Fisher. I've just never pulled the trigger on a Fisher machine. So Fisher I want to try. Quest. I still haven't tried a Bounty Hunter too. Like, I kind of want to try a Bounty Hunter. Fish, Quest, Bounty Hunter, and Whites. Those are like on the top of my list. This one's kind of in that slaw range, also in the gold range though. So far pretty accurate on the pinpoint. Here's a Ace bandage clip. All right, gives us hope. There could still be stuff out here. Ace bandage clip. Ah, Chris says Whites is Garrett now. Garrett bought out Whites. Roger says, I wish Nell was still around to make legend coils. I like Nell coils. Are they out of business now, Roger? The Nell? Yeah, I think it's kind of cool for any company to make accessory coils for a metal detector if the main company isn't, you know, providing. We're having problems right now with like the Mine Lab coil supply chain. I think people are having issues getting coils for their Manticore. And definitely for the Xterra Pro. Those V8X coils, they've been out of stock for a while. Johns has had it for 10 years. Bounty Hunter Discovery 3300. Yeah, like I've heard pretty dang good things about those Bounty Hunters. I've seen a couple of recovery speed tests too, and they seem pretty quick, considering, you know, they're kind of an outdated machine and affordable for sure. ACB says found all kinds of silver with Bounty Hunter 20 years ago. Right there on the screen, it's kind of right under the ring. You know it's going to be another piece of some slaw. Give us what we desire. Something sweeter than slaw. Something spicy. Like a thing or two. I'll just take 2 rings together. Where'd it go? Thought I just had a hit on it. Come on. Another 2-footer right here. Get ready, boys and girls. Gonna have to go deep for this one. Let's get back up on it. It's apparently out. She's just small. Brother, please. Another like button assorted round object. It's getting the small stuff though, which kind of gives you a slight idea at the performance behind the machine. Just because this isn't a small coin doesn't mean it couldn't have hit, like, you know, a small piece of jewelry this size. Sometimes it's good to be able to register small stuff like that, you know. The Equinox stuff, probably the Legend too. Whew. Chris says maybe they upgraded them since then. Gopher says I want Austin to get the Tracker 4 for his next cheap detector. I've watched some videos on it, and even someone told me it's good on Reddit. Sounds pretty good. 82. Pretty clean high tone, I think. I will say at least these tones are probably an improvement on the Ace series, like the Ace 200. They kind of had like those high ringing, like the ding tones. Ding, ding. High tone isn't too bad. This one's a copper penny. 1977 is the date. Come on, coins. Do you have a ring for us? Good morning to you, Ron. No, Bab, I haven't found any silver coins out here. I found a couple shotgun head stamps and bullets, but no silver coins. What's up, Jonathan? Just managed to catch your live stream. Greetings from across the pond. Greetings to you, Jonathan. Just kind of a casual session out here today. Hopefully you guys don't mind it. A little bit of free metal detecting for you. Bob says, nice penny. Yeah, let's get a ring next. I'm with you. I feel like they had to have lost something out here. I'm going to continue digging up all the low conductives, I think. I don't want to skip by any golden rings. This ground is easy enough to dig. That's sometimes my determining factor too. How easy is the ground to dig? That sometimes determines how many signals I actually want to dig out from a spot. When the ground is soft like this, it's like, yeah, I don't really mind digging it, honestly. It doesn't bother me that much. It's It's in the clump. Something small again? I think I'm losing it. Uh-oh. What is it? The true test for the Apex's ability. Is that it? No! Why do you love the small can slaw? All machines love that stuff, man. Little piece of a shredded can lost long ago. Still sitting in the ground. Whew. Keep swinging it. We can do better than some can slaw. Gold, says David. Bring on the gold, says Todd. I'm trying. Trying to dig those gold signals. 42. Bring on the gold. Keep the can slaw in the ground. Bring out the gold. 42 on this one. Is there gold in this field? It's hard to know. Another piece of slaw foil. Freaking A. Get through it. Gotta get through it. It's all about your mentality. Jason Farms Grass says, love the Apex, but a Nocta Legend is half the price and better tech and waterproof. Nocta Legend is half the price? I think the Nocta Legend is more expensive than the Apex. Unless maybe are you not in America? Maybe the prices are different. Pretty sure the Ace Apex in the US retails for like 430 bucks or something, 429. And then what, the Legend, I think they even bumped the price up recently. I think it's over 500. But yeah, when you're that close, I think you probably get more features definitely with the Legend. It's a waterproof machine, you know. I feel like this little guy's working decently though, you know. A little bit deeper. Might struggle on this one. Come on. Whew. Take a breather. Ron says, saw an advertisement for the Score on Amazon, $425. The Apex is $495? Really? Yeah, $550 for a Legend. I'm pretty sure the Apex went up even. I think it used to be like $430. Maybe I'm wrong. This one's out. Small though. Yeah, I thought George too. I thought it was around 425. It's definitely out. I don't know why my pinpointer is not registering it. It's definitely out right here, right? Pinpointer's on. Small. No way. No. Apex. Apex, no. What do you have? This is a good sign for any machine though, man. If it can hit like metal the size of your fingertip, you probably have a decent machine. Like that's a sensitive machine, you know. I feel like a lot of the modern metal detectors can do that. MineLab Vanquish is good at that too. It's probably maybe the multi-frequency that does that, because it's like it's running a higher frequency at the same time. I don't know. Just my assumption. I think the apex only goes up to, I think that's a big maybe thing between like the Garrett Apex and the Minelab Vanquish. I think Garrett's multi-frequency only goes up to 20 kilohertz, whereas like the Vanquish series and the Equinox goes up to 40. I could be wrong, but I think the general consensus is that like higher frequencies are better for small items and possibly even like gold. I just said that, right? High frequencies in general are better for smaller items and for possible gold, I think. So like just by specs, in theory, if you were taking this machine out to the beach and you took the Minelab Vanquish out to the beach, in theory, ooh, what's that? The Minelab Vanquish would outperform this machine on gold. In theory, but it's like a little button with some design on it. Give me an old button. Give me something with a shank on it. I am tired of this modern day nonsense. I think I've only ever found like 2 or 3 buttons, older buttons with actual shanks on them. A lot of the buttons I'm finding are like modern as it gets, you know. Dig says, go to a smaller dealer who will negotiate. Not a bad idea, Dig. Oh, Jason Farms Grass is wow in South Africa. That's why the prices are different. The Apex is 22K and the Legend is 12K. I wonder how that came to be. Maybe the Legend is more expensive to like import from America compared to the Legend, which I think comes from like Turkey. 43 on the head. That's a gold ring signal. But you're still playing odds. It's also an aluminum signal, or a can signal, can slaw signal. Come on, nice and solid. Nice and solid for me. Pull it real quick. It's in the plug. Booty. Some can slaw. This field's a little bit tough because the amount of the can slaw that's out here, but all the machines have gone up, says Jonathan. I just saw not too long ago, I don't know if it's still the case, but I noticed that the Equinox 700 was cheaper than the Equinox 600. I think I saw an Equinox 700 for like 550 bucks new. Roger says, I'm hoping to get a WS6 Deus 2 with a 9-inch coil. Feel like it's a pretty good setup, Roger. Biggest selling point, I think, to me of the Deus 2 is like the ergonomics. It's definitely the best feeling machine that I've ever swung around. Feels really nice. But so does the Apex. The Apex is like close behind, I think. Apex is weighted really well. It's got a good like hand feel, you know? Let's give me some jewelry. Some nice jewelry. This one's kind of deep. Careful. Be very careful. Very careful. Huh. No, that's not even a piece of a can. That's like a pie dish. Come on. How are you gonna bury a piece of your pie dish out here? Were you having a picnic or what? You can't catch a break with these low and med conductive signals. Nothing but foil. John says Deus just takes a while to learn. Very powerful. Yeah, I like the Deus. Oh, looky there, looky there. Somebody's been using this field. That's the freshest dime I think I've ever seen. Fresh off the press, 2023 dime. That thing was literally just lost, like today. Beautiful, that thing's shiny. What else have you lost for us? Very nice, very nice. Fresh dime. Okay, and another one. Now we're on to something. Nice high squeaker. Here comes the trucks. Woo! Another quarter right there. That's at least quarter number 3. Hello, George. It's nice to see you again. Who's asking? What's up, Z? It says, consider the depth by you. Could you also have signal with the Nocta first swing? I would like to buy for my 7-year-old granddaughter or daughter. I think the Nocta first swing, I cannot honestly comment on how deep it goes because I've never used it, but I think it's a good price and it will at least start, you know, your daughter to get into the hobby. It's a really simple machine, so I think that it's probably a pretty good pickup as long as you can get it for a good price. Any of you guys out there have any experience with the Nocta first swing? I know the Mine Lab also has a similar machine. I think it's called the Go Find, Mine Lab Go Find. This one sounds big. It's probably a can or something, huh? Dig it out anyways. It could be a bracelet. Pop a wide plug. Making the assumption it's probably a can. Sounded big. What we got? Something down in there. Whoa, careful. Oh no, what do we got? A repeat. A repeat on yesterday. Old Milwaukee. That's gonna be the new freaking that's gonna be the new pull tab of the channel, huh? The old Milwaukee can. I think those are at least kind of old though. Probably drinking these back in the 90s or something out here, you know. Old Milwaukee. Who's burying their old Milwaukees? You better at least bury one of those full of silver coins. Yeah, though, I could tell though that was a big signal, you know. So you can definitely learn the nuances of the apex. Freaking old Milwaukee. Yeah, Bob says we need a new icon. I gotta add a can to the emotes. Todd says go for the 6-pack. Probably found a couple of those prior too, but oh, the old Milwaukee cans. There's these things out here today too. I've been just kind of smashing them, but what do they call these little things? Make a wish, everybody. Make a wish. Oh, well, I don't think your wish comes true unless you blow all those things off of there, right? Well, sorry you guys, your wish ain't coming true. That's the reality of life. Sometimes your wishes just don't come true. Blow it for luck, says Bob. Yep. Squeaker. Kind of surprised though. I wasn't really sure about this field. Like I said, I came out here a couple times before and I've gotten coins and like a couple shotgun head stamps, but I feel like with the amount of coins we're starting to find, there's gotta be a piece of jewelry out here somewhere. For me, I kind of use like the spread of coins to determine the likelihood of jewelry. And while that might not be the most accurate, like the amount of coins you find in a location is kind of directly determined by how many people have used that area. So, I don't know. There's got to be jewelry out here somewhere. It's just a matter of putting that coil over it, I think. Where'd this one go to? I don't think it sounded too deep. You guys got an idea where this one's at? Let's find it. I'm determined to find it. I'm gonna fill it back in for a second. I might be off. I think it's just deeper. Sounds good. Maybe I was slightly off, like right here. Gotta dig like a secondary plug on it. Okay. This one's gonna be challenging, is it? All right, it's just deeper. Just deeper. 6 inches probably. There it is. We're on the quarters today though. That's at least $1 in quarters right there. That one's in 1994. I mentioned earlier in the stream, I looked up like the historical area, or like the historic aerials on this location, and there's not really crazy old history, at least that I can tell. It looked like back in like the 50s, maybe this area was kind of like a farm field, but this park has been here since like the 1990s, and this field has been used as a sports field since the early 90s. So I figure 20 years of play, there's gotta be at least some kind of jewelry out here. Somebody could have metal detected this spot before, but I don't know, just kind of using clues. Another quarter. Kenny says the Apexes I sell have the wireless headphones with them. What are those, like the Z-Link, I think? Gopher says the only gold ring I found was surrounded by an old new beer bottle cap. I need to ask around where the drinking spots are in town. Dig says wireless headphones are muy bueno. Muy bueno. Muy bueno. Muy bueno. What do you guys think? What are your opinions today so far on the Ace Apex? Kind of solid in the 60s range. Is that our first nickel of the day? It's a little bit bouncy. Nope. Pull tab. Never lucky on a nickel. It's always a tab. You're getting fresh if you think it's going to be a nickel. You better assume it's going to be a tab. Pull tab. 50s. I'm in that plug digging mood. Another one. Pull tab, slightly bent. Come on, let's get up on the signals. Let's get up. Dig some out. I got a bad feeling about this one. Very low. Gold can come out on very low, but nope. That one's a piece to a foil seal. You kind of, in my opinion, you want to be digging these up if you're looking for gold rings, because these can sound similar to gold rings, especially when you're hunting at the beach. The foil seal always gives off a good signal. It's round and a similar conductor to a gold ring. Ow, I think we got sandspurs in here. Sandspurs! Panic! Roger says I have yet to detect a war nickel. I think I might have found a war nickel. I haven't even found a mercury dime yet, though. I found a silver Roosevelt dime. I found a silver Washington quarter. But as you guys probably know, I don't hunt like too old of locations, so those silver coins are really hard to come by in modern areas, you know? It's a piece of copper wire. I found more gold than I have found silver coins, and that's just because of the areas that I hunt mostly. Kind of the signals that I chase, you know? I'm definitely more likely to chase those low signals than the high ones. But the gold, it comes very rarely. I'll just be honest with you, it doesn't come often. I think it's been a few weeks since I found gold, maybe even a month, 2 months or something. It's scrap, some junk. I think we're in junk territory over here. Hunka burning junk, yeah. How many thumbs up we got in the building? I see like 6. Is that right? Treasure Hunting Legend says, opinion, that machine is not bad at all. I like the depth. No idea on weight, but for not much more, you can get a Legend, which has more features and is waterproof. You know, you kind of summed it up there, Treasure Legend. I think if you're looking into an Ace Apex, I would consider at least look into the other options you have available first before you buy an Apex, and then kind of just compare the two, you know? And I'd say if you still prefer the looks and the sound of the Apex, then just get the Apex, because, you know, you're probably going to enjoy swinging it more. Like I mentioned, I really believe that metal detectors, especially when it comes down to like sounds, they come down to like preference, man. It's a preference-based thing. Canslaw. Ree! And I do not at any point like contribute this metal detector to why I'm finding junk. It doesn't matter if I have the XP Deus 2, the Equinox, the Legend. I'm probably going to be finding about the same stuff in an environment like this. So I think especially if you're more of a casual treasure hunter and you're not always metal detecting those really tough areas like the old home sites, I think the Apex is probably going to work just fine for you, you know? And heck, it might even work good at the old home sites. I've never used it at one. This towards the top, maybe? Yeah. One's like right on top. Some can slaw right towards the top. Yes. Never lucky. I see a lot of rings being found on top of the ground. Where are mine? I only find slaw on top of the ground. Once in a while, a dime or two. Pull tabs all day long. Ron says, so far I found 2 silver rosies and 1 quarter. Nice job, Ron. I will be honest though, even when I found a 1964 silver rosie for my first silver coin, and I was still super excited for it. It didn't have to be, you know, a barber or a mercury dime or anything. It was exciting to see that date on it and realize that it was silver. Kind of a nice feeling, you know what I mean? And realistically, I found that silver Roosevelt dime at my brother's 1960s rental property, so it makes sense, you know, where I found it. But I did find my, I found my silver quarter at a modern park, and it was pretty close to the top, so I'm thinking somebody probably just dropped it and didn't realize that they had a silver. But I have dug out like so many modern quarters, and you rarely just find silver quarters by luck anymore, unless maybe, you know, you're in a Coinstar machine or something and you check the reject bin. But I think very rarely, people just don't really carry around silver with them anymore, so it's kind of unlikely to find silver coins in modern areas. Unless that area had some type of past, you know, there was a house sitting there or something. We're really digging out Canslaw now. Canslaw Park, man. Oh, I like this field though. Just me and the grass, and you guys. Bob says the last ring I found was a cheapo. Let's get away from this Canslaw area. Dig says the Apex works okay at old home sites infested with iron, but the D2 is better. I would expect that given the price of the D2. Yep. Yeah, so I mean, I feel like the consensus is the Apex really isn't that bad, you know. Garrett got a lot of hate when the Apex first came out. While a machine can always be better, I feel like the Apex isn't too bad. There's a beaver tail, an old school pull tab. Still finding pull tabs out here. No rings just yet. I think I see like 26 thumbs up in the building now. Appreciate the thumbs up, you guys. Always appreciate ya. 26 thumbs up, 106 watching. You guys love my content, don't you? Or are you just freeloaders? I'm just kidding. Bab says last ring I found was bronze, and my archaeologist friend said maybe it was from the 18th or 17th century. Good stuff, Bab. Bab, find the Roman ring. It's one thing I like about like the older locations though, for me, is learning, you know? Like at these modern parks, yeah, they're kind of fun. You never know what you're gonna find, but you basically know what's gonna come out of the ground for the most part. You're kind of looking for a few specific items, and everything else that comes out of the ground is pretty common, you know? But a kind of cool thing about hunting an older location is, even if you're pulling out not necessarily silver coins or cool jewelry, a lot of that old stuff you pull out is still kind of interesting, especially if you're not familiar with it. So like, you know, the old harmonica reeds and the old pieces to the oil lamps and whatnot. or just trash. I mean, trash from the 1920s is at least kind of interesting compared to like pull tabs and aluminum foil, you know? Even finding an old square nail or something. Just something a little bit different. Whereas, like I said, when you're hunting a modern park like this, there's only so much excitement that can happen. You're pretty much battling, you know? You're battling the ground. Looking for the coins, the possible jewelry. There's another dime right there, though. The dimes have come out decently today. It's another 1986 Roosevelt. Hey, appreciate you, dude. It says, thanks for your content. Gotta run soon. Have a coffee on me, buddy. Thank you very much for that, man. I appreciate you, dude. Celebrate their 3rd super chat on a live stream. Let's celebrate. Hey, hey, hey. Bab says, well, since I'm from Europe, I can find a bunch of old stuff. I'll tell you more later. Hungary surely hides a lot of secrets. This is another old Milwaukee. We're working towards that 6-pack, all right? Come on. What do we got? Oh, we got something sweet. We got something sweet. Ah, no Milwaukee. It's just a bush. Man, where the Milwaukee's at? I'm looking for the old Milwaukee. Cleaning out the ground today, though. Sweet. Oh, there's the coin impression right there. I don't know if you guys can see it. Coin should be right down in here. There it is. Coins for days. Another Roosevelt. 1981 D. It's a D mint. Perfect. Bob says, huzzah! Yeah, gopher, right? I don't even think I could get a Starbucks with that. Starbucks is expensive. Destiny is like a heavy coffee drinker, but she doesn't really like Starbucks. There's this little place that opened not too long ago. It's called Scooters. She likes that, whatever that is. It's like a little coffee shack. I myself, I'm not the biggest fan of coffee, but maybe someday. My guilty pleasure is carbonated beverages. That is my poison of selection, poison of choice. Dude, we need to start up a fishing warehouse. With the amount of these mole crickets and mole cricket larvae we pull out on plugs, we could literally start collecting these, and we might make more from selling bait than we make from metal detecting. How much do one of these mole crickets cost? Do you use them for bait? Bob says we have a Scooters every 3 blocks in our town. Lois says, I knew I liked Destiny. It's a little piece of aluminum. Bobuloli's putting the pressure on me. Austin, are you doing a real face reveal at 16,000 subscribers? Well, I don't have any announcements. I don't have any plans, but I guess we'll see when we get there. I didn't plan to do a face reveal at 15,000 subscribers either, but you guys got a little treat. John says that's gross. I'm not sure what's gross. Oh, that little cricket larvae thing probably. Or mole cricket, I think they call it. It's a 70. A little different. Bullet or something. What are we at here? All right, we're at 9% battery, so today we're probably not going to do a battery swap. So if you guys have made it to this point in the video, hook it up with a thumbs up for me, will you? I appreciate you guys. If you have made it this far and you hate me, you can give it a thumbs down too. At least it's interaction. Some of the 70s. Ah, it's a zinc penny. I haven't found many zincs out here today, so there's your best friend, a zinc penny. Been live for about an hour and 30 minutes, so that's not too bad for one battery. Yesterday we were live for about 3 hours, so we're in training for the 24-hour live stream. It's another one right there. Let's go for a more solid one, I think. Don, what's up, Don? Don says, please show your face. How old am I? Take a guess, Don, if you want to play a little bit of a game. How old do you guys think I am? If you had to take a guess right now. Gopher Hole says, I boycott the local coffee shop here because they wouldn't let me use the washroom when it was emergency after I bought a coffee an hour earlier. That's a shame, Gopher. They didn't want you blowing up their bathroom, huh? Yeah, if you're a customer, though, they should definitely... They should let you in. Bob guesses 25 to 32. Yak and Tackle, a crisp 36 guess. Pirate, 30. Hey, you guys got some good guesses, though. You're really close. You are very close. I was born in the 1990s. I'm still somewhat of a young lad, luckily. I hope that I'm still metal detecting in like 40 years. I hope that I don't sell any of my finds and I'm still metal detecting in like 40 years. I will have a freaking house full of rings and jewelry. Most of which will be crusted, but there will be at least 1 or 2 ring boxes full of gold and silver. Then we can finally sell it all. Take a trip to the Bahamas. Hey, if any of you guys watch the Gig Master, he's kind of an older lad, but I really like his energy, you know? He doesn't use his age as an excuse to kind of sit home. He gets out there and he gets it done. I like the Gig Master a lot. I hope to have half as much energy when I'm the Gig Master's age, if I make it that far. It's kind of just a really positive character, you know? I appreciate the positive attitude of anyone. Dig says, still wet behind the ears. Dennis, you will. I'm 60 and I'm still metal detected and started 40 years ago. Heck yeah, Dennis. Kenny says, I still have all my finds from hunting since 1968. Very nice, you guys. I like to hear that, though, you know? Because metal detecting is one of those hobbies that it seems like as long as you're still able to walk around a little bit and, you know, as long as not too many health conditions come up, metal detecting is something you can do at really any age. Doesn't matter if you're young or old, or anywhere in between. It's kind of a hobby that all ages can enjoy, you know? Get a little baby, a little tiny metal detector, give him the pinpointer, you know? And then you take out the Deus 2. Don says, uh-oh. Don says something. I lick what you do and want show your face. Well, thank you, Don. I appreciate you. So, like I mentioned, everybody, my battery's about to die. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me on this live stream. If you happen to be new to the channel, which I doubt that you are, consider hitting that subscribe button. Stick around for some more realistic metal detecting. But if you guys have been to the channel before, all I ask is for one of these. Hook it up with a thumbs up for me. So, thanks for hanging out with me, you guys. I'll see you guys again soon. Hopefully you enjoyed a little bit of apex action out here with me. So, we'll see you guys soon. Yeah, very true. Chris says the only problem with today's coins is they will be deteriorated by then. Yeah, especially those zinc pennies, you know. Lois says, I'm 55 and just started. I hobble and my knees don't work, but I still love it. And you know, that's kind of a benefit, is when you start to get older, metal